Thank you so much. Okay. So we were talking about 19th, right? The day. Okay. So
No. 14. Prabhuji, it's 14.
it's 14th. Yeah, yeah. 1 second. I think I'll change the audio in this one. Let's switch on the audio.
Mataji, there's an echo.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranams to everyone. Sorry about the echo. We were just switching over to the machine. And just give me a minute. I'll just, give me just a minute. Hare Krishna, everyone. We have another exciting day coming today where we're going to see how we can attain the Supreme. And it's also called as Akshara Brahma Yoga in Sanskrit. And we will learn how to reach the correct and the final destination properly. And before we begin, like Prabhuji was mentioning, that we will have a celebration during our sessions in between this 18 days. And also one more thing, we are not going to stop our entire process of learning the Bhagavad Gita in this 18 days. Those who are interested can join our Bhakti Vriksha, which we will be sharing the details shortly. That is just before we could close the sessions, we will be sharing it with you, where we will have a weekly Bhakti Vriksha. And in this Bhakti Vriksha, we will teach more and more about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and also stories from Krishna book. So there will be varied types of learning. Apart from that, we'll also have shloka chanting. We'll learn a lot of shloka. And this 14th, so don't think that the journey of learning can end. It should not end, because the more we learn about Krishna, the more and more we give association with the devotees, it is more and more auspicious for ourselves in our life. So today we have to see that we are getting an opportunity to be a part of a cultural program that will be hosted in ISKCON Mangaluru. And ISKCON Mangaluru is hosting the Shankranti on the day of Shankranti. We also have Uttarayana, and for the sake of all the devotees, our Prabhu, that is Namanishta Prabhu, is hosting a program on this day. And all of you have an opportunity to chant the shlokas, and we are assigned with the 6th chapter. So if you're all interested, let me stop the sharing. Yes. sorry about that. Yes. So we are assigned with 6th chapter. So we will be dividing the number of shlokas amongst children. So those who are interested can contact Vidisha Mataji. Can they contact you directly?
Or you can contact either of us.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji, I am there. They can.
Yes. So you can contact us with the details that you would like to chant, and if only if you're selected you can chant, because this is going to be a series of chanting all 18 chapters, and all the teachers are assigned with chapters, and for us we can chant 6th chapter. So those who are interested to chant the 6th chapter, please contact us, so that for the next 2 days you can practice many times. You'll be assigned with probably maximum of like 7 to 8 shlokas, and you can chant the 7 to 8 shlokas. Keep it ready, repeat many times at home and be ready with it to chant. And please contact us. And this is going to be Indian time 10 a.m. So I'm not sure if some of them who's joining from US can do it. But there is another plan that's coming up for US. But however, if you are it's actually Indian time 10 a.m. So you'll have to convert that to whichever location you are in, whichever part of US you are in. It's Indian Standard Time 10 a.m. Yeah, what is the program? That in the morning 10 a.m. there will be shloka chanting, all the 18 chapters, and children will be chanting this. All of them will be chanting, so you'll be getting a chance to chant a couple of shlokas, not exactly a couple, depending upon the number of volunteers we have to chant. It will be divided amongst them. So kindly contact us if you would like to chant. And Also, second announcement is if you would like to participate in any cultural program that's also be hosted in the evening, 5 p.m. onwards, where you can participate in dancing if you wish to. If you're interested in any of the I mean, if you wish to participate for dancing, or probably if you're very good at singing, if you would like to sing for Krishna or dance for Krishna,
or any Vaishnav bhajan,
or Vaishnav bhajan, and if you have any talent that you wish to offer it to Krishna, then you can let us know so that we can inform Namanishta Das Prabhu, so that we can host this program on that day.
yes,
I'm sure all of you are so talented. You will be able to come up with something that you are doing right now, and you can offer it to Krishna. Some talent that you have, that you can offer it to Krishna on this day of Shankranti.
yes,
So-
yes, Ayush, Ayush and Trisha, yes, you almost are right. For example, for you people, it'll be 10:30. I'm sure it'll be the same for Arav as well, 10 or 10:30, because it's 10 a.m. here. But we will try to see as to how we can. So the reason someone is asking, yeah, Arav, why 5 p.m. dance? First chanting will be by children. Yeah, we'll talk about it. That's the plan. But whoever is interested, just send us. We need people for chanting so that we make them ready. Today is 11th. It'll be on 14th. So send us the names as soon as possible. Okay, I think then we will start the session.
Yes, thank you very much. So quickly, I would say that the deadline to let us know is probably by today by 7 o'clock. You can let us know so that we can assign the maximum by 7 o'clock. Please let us know so that we can assign the number of shlokas so that it is easier for us also. I would say that right after the class, please contact us so that we can quickly divide the number of shlokas. Thank you all.
Yes,
All
Pariti, we will share the details in the WhatsApp again so that you can contact us, and based on that you can contact us.
Yes, thank you very much. So we will be discussing about Akshara Brahma today, and let's start with.
There are some hands raised. Should we ask them what are the hands raised for quickly or no?
Yes, you can just first lower the hands, and then probably this is for chanting.
Was this the hands raised? Was that for chanting, or are these questions regarding the quiz?
First lower all hands.
Okay, I'm lowering all the hands right now. If this was regarding the quiz and if it's a specific question, please ask, raise your hand. Okay. Yes, Ayush.
Like for the quizzes, I did all of them today, but but it says 100% completed. But when can we do the 8th one? When is it going to be published?
The 8th one. Are we done with the 8th one, Ayush?
No.
Very
No.
good. You're so inquisitive. Just hold on to it. The 8th one will be published soon, as in when.
Okay, but I have one more question. Like this shloka recitation. When is it? What day is it?
14th.
It's on 14th.
14th is Uttarayana, where Bhishma Deva left his body on that day.
In the next 3 days, it will be 14th. A couple of people have already sent their names. So the rest of the people who are really interested in, send us your names. It'll be, each one of you might be taking only 10 minutes or 12 minutes because we have to divide it. Yeah, we have to rest assured that each one of all of us gets an opportunity. So send us your names, Ayush, if you're interested in. Good. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for the enthusiasm. I think
well,
we have some more questions.
Yes, Samyukta.
The thing which is on 14th, is it online or is it at the main center?
This is also online.
It's online.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, if you're a very good dancer, you wish to offer some dance to Krishna, or you're a very good, a very good Vaishnava song that you would like to present on that day, please contact us as well.
Yes, Trisha.
I had a question since yesterday, but I didn't get to say it, so I'm gonna say it right now. Does Krishna know that he was an avatar of Vishnu?
Does Krishna know that he was an avatar of Vishnu? I'm not going to answer that. In another 10 minutes, you will get the answer. Okay, Trisha and people, and Trisha, so sorry. There are so many participants in this particular queue. Wherever we are able to see the hands raised, we are going with the hands raised in the participants list as well, and also people who are raising on the video as well. So in case we miss you out, please don't feel bad. If there is a question, just put it on the chat. We will not miss the chat. Okay, Trisha?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. In the next 10 minutes, you will get the answer. We'll be talking about that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Is the
Yes.
recording on? I can't see actually. Is it on, Prabhuji?
Yes, the recording is on, Mataji.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes,
right.
Ratna Prabha has. We'll take one last question.
Where do we have to give the name?
On, you know, our personal numbers, which is there in the WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just message our personal numbers that I'm interested in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Or even you can put it on the chat.
Yeah,
the
you can
comment
put it on the
chat.
chat, the common chat.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for now.
Yeah, there is Varija. Yes, Varija.
Like, how do I message you?
On the WhatsApp, it's the same question which you just asked. I think Ratna Prabha has the same question. You will have our numbers on the WhatsApp chat, right? When you go to the WhatsApp, click on participants. If you're using your mom's phone or your dad's phone, please tell them, can you please send a message to, right? You will find our faces. You will specifically find my face, Mataji's face over there. You can just message any one of us. Or else directly on the WhatsApp chat itself, you can message, yes, I'm interested. On the normal, wherever you paste your activities, you can message there. We'll pick your name from there. Okay? Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's begin the session. And before we begin the session, I think we have a couple of newcomers also for their benefit. I would be chanting the Guru Pranam mantras now. Please, you can see the screen and chant while you're muted. And while we are chanting, because we want to take blessings from our Guru before we start our session. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलम् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातान् सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today. This is our Radha Madhav deities in Mayapur. Also, I'll be showing the deities of ISKCON Mangaluru once we close the session, I would also like to, I wanted to announce this, but I think the screen is not coming up. Just for information, we had some of the devotees who were trying to reach out to us for making a donation. I wanted to just a one more minute for this. Yes, if while we were learning about karma yoga, if at all, if what, how do we cleanse all our the money that we earn? We cleanse all our money that we earn by offering it to Krishna first, and then we go ahead and accept it. So this way, it purifies our the earnings that we have. In the same way, we had some of the devotees who wish to dedicate an amount to the temple. We will be posting the links where you can donate today in the chat. If you wish to, please go ahead. It's not compulsory. It's not mandatory. We're just informing you because we have some of the devotees inquiring about this. Thank you very much. So all of our teachings are based on His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And also he is the founder Acharya of ISKCON, which is International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And we are getting this mercy through ISKCON Mangaluru, through Namanishta Das Prabhu. He's the vice president of ISKCON Mangaluru, who is assisting us and helping us in learning this great Shastra, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Thank you everyone for joining us. Just to summarize quickly in the first chapter.
So we'll take the next 60 minutes will be for the entire session, and post the 60 minutes, we will take question and answers based on how many other questions we have. Yeah. No, we can start up and then we'll start there.
So we have in the first chapter, we begin with Dhritarashtra Vacha, which is Dhritarashtra is asking what's happening on Kurukshetra, what's happening in Kurukshetra. And we began the chapters with having ultimate faith before we go ahead and learn Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we have to develop this ultimate faith for us to 100% understand Bhagavad Gita. So try to develop this. So that how do we develop this? By reading Shastras, we develop the faith. And so there were three people observing the army, and also Arjuna is compassionate. He's lamenting, and he said, "I don't know if I should fight or not." He had an indecision there, and then that's where, when he had an indecision, Krishna dispelled the doubt. How, as a guru, he guided him, and also he said, "You're not this body, rather you're a soul," and he guided him how he can control his mind and senses, and also how you can be self-realized soul, how to renounce while you're a self-realized soul. And next we saw that we don't have to renounce completely, rather we can do our karma. And we saw how yoga ladders work, and also we saw how the longest yoga ladders, the longest process and also the shortest was the bhakti. And here we see, is action better or renunciation? Also we glorified the jnana process of transcendental knowledge, and the same confusion arises to Arjuna, that but at a different level he thinks now, that is action better or renunciation better over here, because I now know transcendental knowledge. I think it's better I go ahead and renounce. Then Krishna will come back and say, work in devotion and do not renounce, rather work in work with devotion, because renunciation of work is Falgu Vairagya. Then how to purify my body, mind and senses without any desires. So this is how we saw that how we can have right desires. And also we saw how mind is an enemy and a friend. We also resolved a question today. And also we learned about the Ashtanga Yoga, which is very 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 difficult in the Kali Yuga. We can't focus on a supreme this way. And also we have how successful it is, what happens to a yogi who is taken this path, and what happens when he fails, and who is the greatest yogi, where Krishna declared that Bhakti Yogi is the supreme of all. And how do we go ahead and practice this yoga, that is Bhakti Yoga? By hearing. It starts with hearing Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna. So when we hear about Krishna, seeing him everywhere, we recognized how we can see him everywhere and then around us. And we had some of the devotees who so nicely wrote some of the questions that we had posted on WhatsApp. And also we have 4 types of people who accept Krishna, And there are 4 types of people who reject Krishna, and also there are some of them who are inquisitive, who are jnanis, who are the best of the men, is what Krishna declared. And in today's chapter, we will see how. So the chapter closed yesterday by saying, at the time of death. So this is the chapter that we closed. And so what is the doubt that we have? The doubts that we have in this chapter, we will see what are the doubts that we have. And also at the time of end of life, how do I remember Krishna? And how do I attain the supreme? How should I leave my body? And also, what exactly is devotion? Now, why are we reading about the attaining the supreme, and also why are we talking about death over here? See, this is a chapter which many of them whoever don't read Bhagavad Gita, they avoid this topic of death. But this is actually so simple and so nicely explained in Bhagavad Gita as to how we don't have to fear about this particular death. We will not be fearful after listening to Bhagavad Gita about how death is not exactly so fearful. Yes, we learned a lot about soul the other day. Who can answer, like, what are the changes that the body takes? Who can answer?
Yes, Katla.
Yes.
Sorry, Nidhi Shri.
Body goes through birth, child, youth, old age, diseases, and then death.
Yes, so we saw 4 types.
Excellent.
That's Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Thank you very much, Nidhishi. That was good memory. So here we will see there are 2 more additions to this. There is something called as, can one of you read this, please?
Yes, Ayush.
Ever-changing material manifestation. The physical nature is constantly changing. Material bodies generally pass through 6 stages: birth, growth, maintained, produce some byproducts, dwindle, and they vanish. This physical nature is called Abhidhimbhuta.
Thank you very much.
Adibhuta.
Yes, thanks a lot for reading. So it's called Adi Bhuta. Adi Bhuta means something that is material. Adi Bhuta means something that is spiritual. So what are we talking about over here? We are referring to how we take birth, and also after the birth there is a growth. At certain point of time we maintain ourselves, and then after that we make byproducts, like we multiply, and then we dwindle, body dwindles, and then we vanish into the oblivion. So, so what happens after death? See, we know it's a very easy topic to understand. Okay, yeah, we have seen many small children taking birth, and then yes, we understand what exactly is growing up. We understand how we maintain ourselves, and also how we know that children are human beings do multiply. That we've seen, and we've seen even other creatures that they are multiplying themselves, and finally we also dwindle. That we've seen that in other species, and also in human species we see that how they dwindle, and finally they vanish. What is it that I need to do when I move out of my body, and how is it different? This is what we will be learning today. So now the first in the second shloka and the first shloka also, Arjuna is expressing his doubt once again. He's saying, who can read this shloka? Can one of you chant the shloka, please?
Yes, Shreya.
Excuse me?
You can chant the shloka which is there on the screen, please.
Okay.
Was it Shreya? Was it Varija?
It was me, but I just lost the page. I can read it now.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeti Rajana Katam Kotra Tihismim Madhustana Prena Kal Kakatham Jinyasi Nyatambi.
One more. You take one
Okay,
more.
let's ask. Yes, Arav.
Okay, so I'll read this. Ariyan Janah Katam Kotra Dehi Saman Saman Madharus Dudana Pray Ana Katika Katham Slin Nate Atham Tat Mob
Thank you so much, Arav. Let's try with Om. Yes, Om.
Yeah. Adiyanah katham kotra dehe swim madhusundana prayana kale cha kathanam jeyeo shri niyat niyatam biha.
Thank you very much. So it's Adi Yagnaha Katham Kotra Dehesmin Madhusudana Prayana Kale Chakatham Neyosi Niyatatmabihi. So he's asking, who is the Lord of sacrifice and how does he live in the body? Oh Madhusudana, are you able to see these controls also?
Prabhuji, can you just mute everyone because there is some background sound coming.
Sure, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you so much for letting us know.
Yes, we'll do that.
The controls are reflecting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great. Because we can't see it. That's not enough.
Just click on this one, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's sitting there. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So it's saying, who is the Lord of sacrifice and how does he live in the body? And oh, Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Because when we leave the body, that's when we reach the spiritual world. So how do they know? So he's saying, oh, Madhusudana, who is the Lord of sacrifice? So someone who takes the sacrifice. Who is the Lord of sacrifice? We've learned about this. We saw about how we perform yagna. We perform yagna in various ways in various yugas. Who can tell me?
Yes, Nischala. Who's the Lord of sacrifice?
I think the Lord of Sacrifice is Krishna.
Very
Yes.
good.
Remember we saw Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam. In that also he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So he's the one who's receiving all the yagna, all benediction of all the yagna is going to him. So he is the Lord of the sacrifice and how he lives in the body. And oh Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service reach Krishna himself at the time of death? So first to begin with, we have to know what exactly is devotional service. What is devotional service? How do we perform devotional service? Can one of you read this and explain?
Yes, Roshan.
Really hear you.
I'm sorry, your voice is quite choppy. I couldn't hear that.
Okay. Yes, Ayush.
Smanaran, remembering the Lord. Kritanam, chanting about the holy names, forms, qualities, and transcendental. Swaranam, hearing. So the three ways are hearing, chanting, and remembering the Lord.
Hari Bol, thank you very much. Let us all chant once. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Hare
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare Hare.
So we have Haridas Thakur over here who is chanting the glories of the name, and he was so engrossed in chanting that he used to chant 1 lakh names of Krishna every day, and he used to make 300 rounds, and he used to remember Krishna daily. And if you see, he's sitting in front of Tulsi Maharani. So whenever you sit in front of Tulsi Maharani and chant, it's so much auspicious. She is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna, and she will try to help us reach the destination quickly, and it will make spiritual progress faster and faster. And also we have Mirabai, who was always involved in chanting the glories and pastimes of Krishna. And also we come across Shravanam, which is hearing, where Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Katha, was given by Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. This is also a very nice pastime which we come across in Srimad Bhagavatam, and this was austerity performed for the sake of the Kali Yuga. Yes. So let's see a video over here. Let me just stop and then should be pause this. How we should leave our body is what we read in our shastras. Now, yes, let me start recording. I think
No,
it's started
recording. Okay.
So, yeah, this is one of the very important shlokas. Who would like to recite?
Yes, Om.
अनन्तकाले च मम एवा समारन् मुक्त्वा
मुक्त्वा
कालेवर्मन् ये परियाति सा भगवान् यति नस्ति अर्त्रा समस्या.
Let's ask Amitabh as well. Amitabh.
So I have to chant?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's particular shloka.
Ananta kal kamam eva smaran muktava kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastai arata atra samsayaha.
Thank you very much.
Good attempt.
Can you also read the translation, please?
And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt.
Thank you all. What you can do is I will read the shloka. While you're muted, please repeat after me. Antakale cha mameva, antakale cha mameva, smaran muktva kalevaram, smaran muktva kalevaram, ya prayati samadbhavam, ya prayati samadbhavam, yati nasti atra samshayaha. So what are we hearing over here? It's saying that, and whoever at the end of life, at the end of his life, quits his body, remembering me alone. So the condition is remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this, there is no doubt. So Krishna is promising and declaring over here that, whenever you're quitting your body, if you remember me at the time of death, you will you will reach my destination. Now, is it very easy for us to do that? Because when we saw that body goes through several changes, over here, and at the time of, we are so dwindling at the time of our death. So is it very easy? Can I just say, okay, I have my exams after a month, I will just sit and study one night, and probably next morning I can do very well? That's not possible. We practice the entire year. We sit and prepare ourselves. We make a plan, and then we go ahead and write our exams. Like that, over here also, it's not possible that just at the time of death we can remember Krishna. So we'll see how we can do that. So we've seen that sometimes we'll see about the general laws of transmigration. Who would like to chant the shloka?
Yes, Nischala, please go ahead.
यं यं वापीश्वरं भावं त्यजति अन्ते कलेवरं तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभाविता.
Excellent.
Thank you. You can also join us
I
for
think you can send a
chanting.
message to us and you can join us for chanting Nischala.
Thank you. So we have seen over here that in the picture we see, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. And this is a Bharat Maharaj story. We've learned about this in the past as well. I'm going to just reiterate the same quickly, where Bharat Maharaj was ruling the kingdom and he wanted to renounce, and he left to the jungle to renounce, and he left to the jungle. But one day there was a tiger which was attacking the mother deer, and while it was attacking the mother deer, it was also carrying a baby, which was, I mean, the deer was pregnant, and because the baby it was attacking, and then the tiger just went away because it was scared. Somehow it ran away from there, and we see that there was the deer gave birth to a baby deer. Now Bharat Maharaj took this baby deer and he took care of it all the times. And while he was taking care of this deer all the times, he got very attached to this deer. He was always with the deer while eating, and he was feeding the deer also. And then even when he is going to shower in the the Ganga waters, he used to take the deer over there. Finally, what happened? He was thinking and lamenting about so much while at the time of his death. Oh, sorry, I think this picture is incorrectly put over here. So even while doing yagna, he used to always remember
No,
about
that
this
was the
deer.
next Janma. After the death, Bharat Maharaj will be born as the deer. So that's how we
So,
placed it.
okay. So over here we see that Bharat Maharaj actually left his body thinking, what will happen to my deer? And he was really sad while he was leaving the body, that my deer will be left alone in the jungle, and there won't be anybody taking care of this deer. And this is how he was lamenting about it. And while he was lamenting, he also passed out, his soul passed out of his body, and he took the form of the deer. So his soul passed into a deer, is what is represented over here. And he thought, I might not be able to take care of this deer so many times in so many ways, that he shouldn't have been. He was actually in a very good state of mind. He was at the last stage, which is there are stages of loving Krishna, and in that he was actually in the last stage of Krishna, loving Krishna, where he's actually a very exalted devotee of Krishna already. But in the last moment, he actually forgot, at the bhava stage, he forgot that he has to reach the destination of Krishna. Rather, he was thinking so much about the deer, and he took the destination where he himself turned into a deer. So the good part is, even though he turned himself to a deer, he remembered he had done very good devotional service in his previous lives. He had done devotional service while he was Bharat Maharaj. He ruled the kingdom very nicely. Now, this is not the Bharat Maharaj who comes in the Ramayana story. This is another times where he ruled the kingdom very nicely. And then, and this is the Bharat Maharaj. Yes, this is Rishabhadeva's son. It's not Lord Rama's brother. And and also India was named as Bharat before after him, because he ruled the kingdom so nicely. And then he took the destination of a deer, where he turned himself. He was actually a deer in his next janma. So here the good part is, even though he had turned himself into a deer, Krishna did not leave him. He gave all the devotional back to him when he took the body of the deer. He ensured that he is coming to this rishi, and he was staying with this rishi who was performing devotional service, who was always performing yagna, and he was able to accompany this rishi, and he was able to attain Krishna in the as a final destination. So he was able to do devotional service as a deer. Also, he was able to listen to the chantings of the mantras, and he was able to do the austerities, being and he was able to perform the right austerities. He didn't take the wrong bodies, rather he took the right pious body. So how to remember Krishna? We have to do, we have to practice sadhana throughout our lives. We cannot just think that today I will practice and tomorrow when I'm dying, I will just remember. No, it cannot be. For example, whenever we are, some of us have this habit and some of us don't. Whenever we are whenever we get hurt, as soon as I get hurt, some of us would say ouch, or some of us would say something that's totally different, and some of us even use bad words while they get hurt. But the consciousness that we should have is every time we have to think Krishna. Whenever, somebody was asking the other day, when we sneeze, why do we call Krishna's name? So it's just to elevate our consciousness that anything that happens accidentally, I should call Krishna's name. We should not call anything that's unwanted, rather we should call Krishna's name. So this is how we elevate our consciousness and purify our consciousness. And also try to recollect and remember Krishna and remember Krishna. Now, one more thing is that, okay, I should only remember Krishna at the time of death. No, that's not the essence. The essence is I should always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. This is the real essence. So after listening to this, Arjuna is asking, this is so difficult. Better for me to quit this world. How do I do this? Better for me is to quit this world, he's asking Arjuna. Then, sure, it's going to be risky. Yeah. So then Krishna is trying to dispel his doubts. He's saying, always think of me. Can one of you chant this shloka, please?
Yes, Dhruv.
तस्मत् सर्वेषु कालेषु मम अनुस्मरायुद्धाय च मया अर्पिता मनोबुद्धिर्माम् इवशस अस्माशया.
Thank you very much, Lalit. Thank you. Let us all repeat this one also, because this is also very, very important shloka. What is it saying? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, mamanusmara yudhya cha, mamanusmara yudhya cha, mayyarpita mano buddhir, mame vaishyasya samshayah. Mame Vaishyasya Samshayah. So Krishna is saying, therefore Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. So we should always remember the two-handed form of Krishna. And at the same time, carry out all your prescribed duties of fighting with your activities dedicated to me, and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, and you will attain me without any doubt. So we should always keep Krishna in our hearts. We should always remember while we are chanting Krishna in our hearts. And also we should remember whenever we are doing any work, we should say, I'm submitting myself to this, and this is all done for you. Hari Om Tat Sat. This is my yagna that I'm performing. This is how we do it. And who did this? Who is in the picture? Who's in this picture?
Aisha.
Who knows?
Is that
Okay. Let's ask Shreya.
Shreya is thinking.
I don't know.
No
problem.
shoes.
Yes, Nishchala.
Can I say this, Loka?
No, who's
in this picture?
Who's in the picture?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, that's this is Prahlad Maharaj with all of his friends in school.
Yes. So Prahlad Maharaj was a biggest devotee of Lord Krishna, and even though he was born into a family of demons, he himself he's exemplified for his remembrance. So he remembered Krishna at all times, even though he was pushed from a big huge mountain, and also his father tried to kill him by trying to put him into a snake house, and also he was tried to torture very badly, but he always remembered Krishna and he was always protected. So this way we should also do our duties. What is he doing over here? He's trying to give the holy name, chanting of the holy names to all his friends.
He's trying to give, even though he was born into a demon family, he gave the holy names to his entire family, and all the demons turned into devotees. He was so sweet that only at the age of 5 he started his devotional service. So Krishna is saying that one should start his devotional service as young as you are. You're all small. So he started at 5 years only. So we should start devotional service, and we should pray to Krishna, and we should always be listening to sweet pastimes of Krishna. You can also watch Krishna serials. That's also remembering Krishna, but you should watch from the right source. We have some of them who are spreading the wrong stories. We should not watch them. Also, I had shown or sent one of the messages yesterday on the WhatsApp group, where it was saying that we've sent the WhatsApp where we have this. I think we had sent about Dhruv Maharaj. It started with a disclaimer that it's a mythological story. Unfortunately, we don't have the correct or the, in ISKCON we are not yet having these kind of videos yet. But I had to send for the reference of Dhruv Maharaj story. But if you see, it's saying mythological. So it's myth means something that does not exist. It's not a history. But the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is actually history. We know it, that there is a lot of proof that we are reading, that how can something that's so nicely explained can become something that's myth. This is not a myth. This is reality. But some people don't accept it. Some people don't understand. This is how Krishna is hiding. Why? Because they don't want to understand. They don't have faith, and unfortunately, they don't get the mercy of chanting the holy names. And this is how they suffer over here. And but was Krishna there in that yuga during this time? Yes, Krishna. He was the greatest devotee of Krishna, and he was not living with him like how it happened in Mahabharata Parva. But if you remember, in our first chapter when we started Bhagavad Gita, we told that Bhagavad Gita was told many years ago. So
Sachidananda, he's eternal.
He's Sachidananda. He's eternal. So we don't have to think that it was not there in the other yuga. That's a very good question. Yes, it arises. Was Krishna there during that time? Of course. The creation is there for 120 million years ago, and of course Krishna is there for many million millennia, and Bhagavad Gita is also there for many millennia. So here, Srila Prabhupada also, he was always thinking about Krishna. Only when he was 5 years old, as young as 5 years old, he had called all his neighborhood friends, and he was performing devotional service where he had done Ratha Yatra at his own home. I don't have that picture here. This is a Ratha, correct. So he had made his own Ratha, that is the chariot for Baladeva, Subhadra, and Jagannath Swami. They had prayed, and he got all his neighborhood friends, and he was celebrating. And this is how we begin devotional service when we are really small. Let us all chant once for Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So we have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu over here. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came just 500 years ago. And why did he come? We saw that sometimes the Shastras are hidden. So he came as the Yuga Avatara. He came in the form of golden avatar of Radharani. In the mood of Radharani, he took birth, and then he also had um, Balabhadra. Balabhadra was born as Nityananda Mahaprabhu, sorry, Nityananda Prabhu, and also we had Radharani, who was also Gadadhara, and also we had Lord Mahavishnu, and incarnation of Mahavishnu and Shiva in the form of Advaita Acharya, and also we had the Narada Muni was born as Srivasa. So this is an incarnation that this is a pastime that happened only 500 years ago in Mayapur, and we have a huge temple in this place, and we have a lot of pastimes that's explained in this temple, where all the pastimes of Krishna, like we have a small Govardhan mountains, just like how the pastimes happened in Vrindavana. Even in Mayapur, we have Govardhan, Govardhan hill, a small Govardhan hill, replicating the same pastime that happened in Vrindavana. Also, there is a pastime of we see many pastimes that took place in Vrindavana during the period of Krishna. Also happened even in Mayapur, even at that location we have Navadvipa Dhama, where all these pastimes were repeated only 500 years ago. It's so beautiful to learn about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's stories. So you can all join the class. After this, we will have Bhakti Vriksha, which we will start. And in the Bhakti Vriksha, we will learn about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his pastimes also. They're very sweet to learn that only 500 years ago, there are, stories about Krishna that, or pastimes about Krishna that happened. That's what we will explain even in the Bhakti Vriksha. And next, how is it that I can practice? How can I practice this? It's saying, what, can one of you chant, please?
Yes, Shrey and Sanvi.
अभ्यास्य योगयुक्तेन चेतस्य चेतस्य नान्यगम्य परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं यति But sorry, I can't do it.
Okay, no issues. Can we have someone else chant as well?
Yes, Om.
अभस्यायोगयुक्तेन चेतानन्या गमिना परानां पुरुषोसां दिव्यं यति प्रत्याशिन्यतम सिन्त्यम.
Thank you very much.
अभ्यासयोगयुक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं यति पार्थानुचिन्तयान्.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darsh.
So he who meditates on me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, O Partha, is sure to reach me. So how do we know, how do we understand, and how do we practice this bhakti yoga? So we have to constantly meditate upon Krishna. If we have constantly meditated upon Krishna, he will definitely ensure. See, he is actually witnessing us. How is he witnessing us? Who can tell me how is Krishna witnessing what are the activities that we are doing? How does he know if we're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, if we are cheating, if we are lying? How is he witnessing it?
Yes, Paridhi. How is he witnessing us?
Shreyas, I think he raised his hand.
Yes, Shreya.
Because Krishna is in our soul.
Yes. So Krishna is in our chest. He's seated right next to our soul. So both soul and the super soul are sitting right next to each other also. Soul is all pervading, but however, Krishna is sitting in our chest region and he is witnessing us. And also from inside, he is witnessing through the Paramatma. However, outside also, everywhere we have sun, moon. These are the witnesses. He's seeing from outside and inside. Everywhere he's able to witness what we are doing. And that's why Krishna is saying over here that yeah, we have also explained this picture. Who can explain about this picture?
Let's ask Raghav.
In the middle picture, Krishna is sitting with his cow.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the corners, a person is meditating.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a hint, Raghav. The picture is divided into 4 parts. Okay, let's ask Nishchala. Please listen, Raghav.
This picture.
You almost got it, Raghav. So please listen. Yes, Nishchala. The picture on the screen.
This picture is showing in the middle there is Krishna with his cow, which is what these 4 things are centralized around. The four things are the four Varnashrama dharmas, which is the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, who are all dependent on Krishna.
Yes. Can you please repeat that clearly once again, Nishala? There are four.
So there are four Varnashrama
Yes.
categories.
Everyone remember there are four Varnashrama categories. And what are the categories?
The categories are Brahmana, which is the person meditating. The Kshatriya is the one who is the killing the bad people, and the Vaishya is like the businessman, the one with the cow in the bottom, and then the Shudra is like the working class, which is the man who's plowing the fields.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Nishala. Yeah.
So here is how the Varnas and Varnashrama we should understand that Krishna over here is saying Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa Nanya Gamina. So he's saying you have to practice this bhakti and you have to be engaged by remembering me undeviated. So whatever work you're performing in whichever class of man you are, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is you need to remember me while doing every work. So try to remember me in every work and do your work and purify yourself by doing some yagna in your, by dedicating all your let's say we have this Brahmana. How is he purifying himself? He is giving shastras to another person and he's trying to make him understand that he's not this body, his soul, and how he can reach the final destination. This is how he's purifying by giving away. What does he have the best? He has the best of the knowledge and he's giving it away. And we have this Kshatriya. How is he saying he's trying to protect the devotees of the Lord? He's trying to say that what you're doing is wrong, and when you are not doing the right thing, you will get punished. So the Kshatriyas are meant for protecting others, and that's how he is purifying himself by protecting and thinking I'm actually trying to protect Krishna's devotees, and he is trying to think of Krishna all the times. And we have the Vaishya who is the Vaishya who is actually earning money. So how does he purify himself? Whatever he's earning, he'll offer it to Krishna. So he'll either give it away to the temple, or he will try to give to the brahmanas, like brahmanas they need to protect, they need to give away taxes to the kshatriyas or the kings, and also they give away some amount of money even to the brahmanas. They need to give a lot of money to the brahmanas to secure them in the society so that they can teach the knowledge of Krishna. And also the shudras, they try to follow all the other classes, they try to purify themselves by being good people. They try to be good people, and also they try to follow other people what they're doing, and they elevate their consciousness. So this is how he's saying that you should perform pure bhakti, remember me and perform pure bhakti. So how to attain the Lord? He's saying anusmara. Anusmara means one should always remember Krishna. And next, abhyasa, by simply fixing the mind on Krishna and chanting about Krishna. Wait for another 15 minutes, please. We still have another 15 minutes of class. We started a bit late, and we're going to show something very exciting today about the Goloka chart, which will show what is spiritual world, what are heavenly abodes, and also what is the final destination, and also what is the material world, that is how many lokas. All of this will be explained today, so don't leave the meeting. It's very important we understand this. So how do I cultivate this knowledge? He's asking. One of you can please read.
Yes, Kavin. We can't hear you, Kavin. Okay. Ayush.
Okay. So Darsh, can you please read this?
Kavim Puranam Anusashitaram Anoraniyam Shamanushmaridya Sarvasya Dhataramaki Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parasta.
Thank you, Darsh. Thank you. Can one of you read the translation?
Yes, Ayush.
Translation is, one should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is the smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and he is, and I can't see the rest.
Yeah, just a second.
And he is transcendental beyond this material nature.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So here he's saying that Krishna, that is, one should meditate upon the Supreme Person as one who knows everything. So we should think that Krishna knows everything. Remember, we discussed in the previous chapters that he knows Arjuna's past, present, and future, and everything. And in the same way, he knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also knows that he is the, we also know that he's the oldest. He's the oldest of all, and he's the controller. We saw that Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam. So he's the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. And also he's the smaller than the smallest, and who is a maintainer of everything. So he becomes the smallest of the smallest, because next to our soul, he's also sitting in ourselves as Paramatma. So imagine how small he can convert himself into, and he's existing everywhere. And he is the maintainer of everything, and he's beyond the material conception. Can I really understand that he is there everywhere? Is it really possible for our mind to conceive this? If somebody is not telling us, if we are not hearing this Krishna Katha, we can't perceive it from our own gross senses. And he's luminous like sun, and he's inconceivable, where I cannot understand how can he convert himself into water, how can he even become earth, how can he even become a living entity, how does he convert himself into so many things? So it's inconceivable from our gross senses. And also he's luminous like sun, and he's transcendental. So he is above and beyond this material conception. Yes. So here we have Bhakti Yoga. What do we have to do? We have to do Bhakti over here to understand, which is, we have to meditate upon Krishna to understand about how beautiful he is, how beautiful his form is, how nice his pastimes are. This is how we need to try and understand Krishna. Now, one of you can please read this.
Yes, Aisha.
Anyanya seta satatam yo mam smarati nityasa tasyaham sulabhaha bharta nitya yuktasya yogina.
Can you read the translation?
Yes. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain. O son of Pertha, because of this constant engagement in devotional service.
Thank you very much. Darsh, can you please read the shloka?
Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityasaha tasyaham sulabham partha nityayuktasya yogina.
Thank you. So here Krishna is saying that for one who remembers me without deviation, so you should always remember Krishna without deviation. And also, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha. So if you're always thinking of Krishna, Krishna knows that from inside you're always remembering him and always, enjoying his pastimes because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So we have over here Bilva Mangala Thakura, who is always thinking of Krishna. So this is also a very sweet pastime where he had to go through several problems before he could come into devotional service, and he blinded himself before he could come over here. And later he wrote many scriptures, I mean, sorry, many poems, and also many nice books and stories about Krishna, about how he used to perform his leela. And he was so submissive that he's actually blind, and he's thinking of Krishna all the time, that Krishna was, Krishna can be purchased by his devotees. This is what we call as Krishna can be purchased by devotees. So Krishna came and he sat in front of him and he was listening to his poems that he is singing, his glories. The way he was so submissive, he was coming and he was listening to him, how nicely he's singing, what he's singing. So he was always with him. Krishna was always with him. And he used to come and offer him things which he didn't know that Krishna himself is coming. And finally, one day, I mean, he's blind, he can't see. So finally, one day, who gave me this particular item? And he touched him, and he found that's nothing but Krishna. So he was so happy that Krishna himself was coming and listening to all his poems. So this is how Krishna can be purchased by his devotees. How can we become his devotees? Is what we need to desire. When we desire that I want to become the biggest devotee of Krishna, he becomes very happy with you and he actually comes and he's spending time with you. So he becomes so happy when we are thinking and reading about him. Ananya Bhakti, without deviation, without anything added. So we need to perform Ananya Bhakti. What is Ananya Bhakti? We read so many types of Bhakti. Can one of you say what are the types of Bhakti that we have? How do we?
Yes, Nidhi Shri.
We have
How can we perform Bhakti in Ananya? Ananya means many ways. Without deviation, how can we perform
Aish.
many ways of Bhakti?
We can do the bhakti by doing the hearing about Krishna stories, chanting the Mahamantra, and remembering Lord Krishna at all times. Those are the 3 ways of bhakti yoga.
Thank you. So we just saw today we had remembrance and also chanting the glories, and also we can, we had other 9 devotional processes that we learned the other day. Maranam Kirtanam. Can you sing the shloka?
Oh, those, can I see those? I
Let's
remember
ask
those.
Shauri. Yes, Ayush. Let's ask Shauri as well, the rest of them.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ayush. Yes, Shauri.
So there are 9 ways of bhakti in order to reach Lord Krishna.
Yes, Ayush already gave 3 of them. What about the rest, Shauri? Do you know them?
Yeah, it's Ravanam, Kirtanam, Atmavidyam, and Nivedanam, Pasevanam, and
Okay, let's ask the rest as well. Thank you so much, Shauri.
Thanks a lot, Shauri.
Yes, Ayush, go ahead.
The other ones is the serving Lord's lotus feet. Then there's deity worship. Then there's praying, becoming servant, friendship, and complete surrender.
Yes, what are the words in Om? What are the words in Sanskrit? Whatever Ayush gave just now. What is deity worship called as? Archanam,
I'm not
Vandanam,
sure.
Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Yeah, it's a very good song. It's a very good shloka we can remember. You want to try, Darsh?
श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णु स्मरणं पादसेवनम् अर्चनं वन्दनं दास्यं सख्यम् आत्मनिवेदनम्.
Thank you, Darsh. So this is how we can perform bhakti in many ways. Now, one might think that I have to perform all these ways? No, you don't have to. Whichever is the best suited for you, you can take one of them. Or if possible, you can do many also. You can do that. Whichever is possible. For example, some people can bow down all the time. They can do that. Or if you remember, we had Prahlad Maharaj who remembered 24 hours. So, like that, whichever is easy for you, you can do like that. Satatam. So, you have to do Ananya Bhakti as many ways that you can. And you should do Satatam continuously without breaking. Nitya eternal without deviation, you should do it. And also Sulubha, this is very easy to perform. If you have to go to do Ashtanga yoga, we have to go to the jungle, find a proper kusha grass, we have to find a purified place that is a perfect and a nice place. So difficult. It's all external factors that I need to depend on. But bhakti is inside, and we just need to think about Krishna and say, Krishna, please help me how I can do your bhakti. Please not these we just need to desire rightly. And Krishna will facilitate everything. He will be purchased if we are doing, this is another trick that all we need to do is we submissively render service to Krishna, and Krishna is purchased by our bhakti.
I think we are almost running 15 minutes late, so
Yes.
let's.
So we have this material world. I'll just, in the interest of time, I'll just continue. It will take time to others to chant. Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartinorjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Also, when we do our Bhakti Vriksha, we will be teaching shlokas. You can join us so that you can learn shlokas. Every week we'll be teaching shlokas. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all places are misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So this is what Krishna is saying. That one, I'm just going to come back to this shloka. Let me just complete the Goloka chart after this slide. So yeah, let me first complete the Goloka chart. Let me just display the Goloka chart first.
So Trisha, I think you were asking about this. So everyone, please pay attention to this. Most of you people have been asking, where is Brahma Loka? Is Brahma the creator? Do we have a little curious Arav? Yes, Arav is also there. And Arav says, it's Brahma who's the Lord of everything. He's the creator. So let's try to understand. By now, we all know who's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Amitabh, whom do you think is the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Krishna.
Yes, Nitya. Who's the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Krishna.
Excellent. Yes, Shreyas. Who's the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Krishna.
What about you, Om?
Krishna and Ram.
Krishna and Ram. Okay, Krishna and Ram is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, let's ask Darshan. Yes, Trisha.
Vishnu.
Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Excellent. Let's see who's the Supreme Personality of Godhead right now. Okay. But just to let you know, while Mataji is pulling this up, so far we have not heard the names of Vishnu while we were explaining here and there. We will see that now. Are you able to see that on the screen clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, we can.
Okay.
Uh, some black boxes come in front in the picture.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Mataji.
yeah, it's gone. It's
We're
gone.
trying to remove that.
Okay. So do you have the chart with you? Can you open it as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just begin over here. I would like you to read, but however, in the interest of time, because we are running short of time, I will just quickly explain this. We have this is where we belong, the seventh one, the seventh layer, which is called as Bhuloka. This is the abode of the human beings, and in other words, this is where all the mortals, that is where there is we all live over here in Bhuloka. And next, so above us there are six more, that is Satya, Tapaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Swaraloka, Bhuarloka. So these are the five lokas above us, where in Satyaloka we have, let me just scroll, yeah. So in Satyaloka we have Lord Brahma's Loka, and then we have Tapaloka where we have four Kumaras who reside, and in Janaloka we have Prajapatis, and in Maharloka we have Bhrigamuni or Prajapatis. And also these are the three where we have Swaraloka, we have demigods, the Devatas who live, and just above the Bhuloka, we have Bhuvarloka, where ghosts, that is, ghostly spirits live over there. And below Bhuloka, we have Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. So, what is there in Atala? This is the abode of the sun, the Maya, and also Danava and Bali Maharaj. And also, we have Vitala, where Lord Shiva and his demons live over here. So, remember, we say in the mode of ignorance, all the below planets, all the below destinations are all the um, lokas are all darkness, in the mode of darkness, and all the above ones are all brighter ones, but not the best ones. And we have Vitala, where this is the destination of Lord Shiva and his demons. And here we have Bali Maharaj and Vaman Dev resides over here. And also we have Maya, that is Talatala Loka. We have Mayas and Danavas, and we have Nagas. And Rasatala, we have Daityas, and also Nagas in the Patala Loka. Now, how do I understand this? So this is how we have 4 layers of it.
So far we just discussed about the 14 planetary systems, and you saw where is Bhuloka. Bhuloka is nothing but the earth, right? Again, Mataji is zooming. Bhuloka is the earth, and you saw at the top where is Brahmaji sitting as well, right? And after that, we will see now the 4 divisions which Mataji is going to explain.
So this is how what happens next is that we have the Garbha Odaka Shai Vishnu. Garbha Odaki Shai Vishnu actually places himself into this ocean, and all the 14 layers are formed, and the topmost is Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma comes out of Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, and he is spurring out of the Nabhi. And we just heard the shloka Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartinorjana Smamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vedyate, which means Brahma, Lord Brahma, till the 14 layers of systems that we have, everybody is inside this material world.
Can you repeat that one more time, Mataji?
Yourself. So we have the 14 layers, and Garbha Odaka Shai Vishnu is actually, taking care of this. Is all coming from his Nabhi, and all the living entities are coming out of from his Nabhi, and then Lord Brahma is connected through his Nabhi as well. Now, this entire egg shell, we can call this a shell. It's called as Anda. This he's inside one Anda, and we have the Paramatma in every Anda, and also we have Kshira Udaka Shai Vishnu, which is right next to it is the Dhrava Loka. So he's very close to the Dhruvaloka, and Dhruvaloka pastime also is very sweet, where Kshira Odaka Shai Vishnu is actually inside the material world, who's taking care of the material world. So every time we had Devatas or the above planetary system, we have Devatas who can travel everywhere. So whenever they have any problems, they run to Kshirodaish Vishnu for protection. Now what about us? When we are, how can me being in this material world, do you see it's dark, it's black, it's complete pitch black, and it's made out of, remember we heard about the 8 factors, that is earth,
The first
water, air.
Panchamahabhuta, and then the other 3 subtle elements. Yeah.
Yes. So we had Panchamahabhuta, plus we had false ego and Mahat Tattva, that we learnt about how Krishna or Vasudeva is personified as Mahat Tattva. We read about the Pradhana that we did in our even in our exams. So that is the quiz that we took. So Paramatma is also residing in one Anda. Now, Nraloke has 28 shells. See, this is not a part of Bhagavad Gita. I'm just giving you this only for you to understand, and you'll be able to understand and perceive it better. Now, how do I go out of this? How do I go out of this is a big question. The only way that I can go out of this material world, which is in the mode of darkness, is by chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I move out of the material world by taking the help of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now, how do we understand this entire place is called the Devi Dhama? Just a second. Can you open also in your system?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this entire system is called the Devi Dhama, where we have this entire Dhama is taken care by Maya Devi. Remember, we were talking about those 3 ladies. Every time they keep playing with human beings. So that is actually coming from Maya Devi. And also, this is Lord, that is Mahavishnu, that is Karana Odaka Shai Vishnu. What does he do? Karana Odaka Shai Vishnu incarnates, and he tries to he through the his vision, he gives birth to many andas, and he actually manifests the andas. And how does
From the
it
sweat.
emerge? How does it emerge? From each and every gland of his sweat, there is from every sweat gland, he this golden egg or shell gets formed, and each and every sweat glands actually get formed into one anda. This is how Krishna manifests himself into each and every anda. And even inside each and every anda, we have so many lokas, and so many living entities are there inside each and every. Do you see so many andas coming out of it emerging? Those are the number of things that we have. And also we have this Viraja river, which we need to cross. Viraja river takes us into the Mahaloka. Mahaloka is the Brahma Jyotir, where remember we learned like how we can experience Krishna in the form of effulgence. This is the effulgence that we always refer. So when we see that dhyanis or jnanis who talk, they meditate and they say that I'm seeing that there is some kind of a effulgence or brightness that's coming out. That's actually coming out from this Shiva, or the loka where it's actually the Brahman effulgence. It's where coming over here. So that's called Brahma Jyotir.
And that's also called as Brahman. Remember, we spoke about the three realizations. One is Brahman, the second one is Paramatma, and what is the third one, Ayush?
I forgot about the third one.
It's Bhagwan, the three realizations. Never forget. One is Brahman, Paramatma, and the Bhagwan. We are also called as Brahman. Can you guess why we are also called as Brahman? Because we are Atma, we are soul. We are Brahman and he is Param Brahman.
Yes.
Okay, please focus. Yes.
So we saw that we are Ano Aniyor. So we are part and parcels of Krishna. And here we see that we when we move ahead, we move ahead and we go to the Haridhama, which is a Vaikuntha planets. And in the Vaikuntha planets, we have the in the middle, if you can see, is it clear over here? Yeah, so here we have all the Vishnu forms, where there are 400 Vishnu forms. This entire place is surrounded by 400 Vishnu forms, and the only way to identify the middle one, that is the Lakshmi and the Narayana, is only by the garland that he is wearing, and
Kaustubha
also
Mani.
Kaustubha Mani that he has in his chest. This is how we can identify him. And this is how it is the next destination, and it's the lower than Goloka Vrindavana, the topmost. And we also have Ayodhya there, which is eternally present even in the spiritual world. And we have the Goloka Vrindavana. Before we reach Goloka Vrindavana, we have Dwaraka, eternally present there, Jagannath Puri, which is eternally available even in the spiritual world, and also Mathura. And when we enter the Goloka Vrindavana, we see that Srimati Radharani and also Krishna. So this is the topmost place where we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also we have all his Sakhis. We have so many dala around, like the beautiful lotus. Every petal is actually represented by each and every Sakhi of Lord Krishna, and Lord Srimati Radharani have many Sakhis. All their sakhis are there in each and every dala. So just to conclude, how does this work? So just to conclude over here, first of all, Krishna is the Swa Amsha. Krishna is a Swa Amsha, and he is actually manifesting himself into Swayam Prakasha. So he manifests into Swayam Prakasha. How does he do that? We have Prabhava Prakasha and Vaibhava Prakasha. So Vaibhava Prakasha is the the Balramji, and he again gets expanded. He again gets expanded into Tadeka Rupa, which is 400. If you see on all four sides, we have Vasudeva, Pradyumna, and also we have Sankarshana,
and Aniruddha.
Anuruddha, and Sankarshana. So Sankarshana is also a 400 form of Vishnu. He is taking care of this entire Vaikuntha planets. So Sankarshana is responsible for the entire this Vaikuntha planets, where we also have Mahavishnu. And so from Sankarshana, we get Lord Narayana, who is also the Vaibhava Avatara. And also we have, next we have In this, we have some more expansions where Lord Narayana expands himself into Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. All four sides you find this. I'm not expanding because it's going to be too much of a
Blurry.
going up and down. It's blurry. And I will be sending this on the chat as well. And also we have next when we move ahead, we get Krishna Swamsha also takes Purushavataras. So Krishna himself expands himself into Purushavataras, into first into Karana Odakashayi, that is the Paramatma of the totality of the material creation. So this entire creation has one Paramatma, and that is Karana Odakashayi Vishnu. He expands himself into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So Paramatma of all the material creation, see, for all these andas, he is the Paramatma, and he again expands himself into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And this Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is actually the Paramatma of the total universe, and he is the Samasti Paramatma. Now, in the human beings, we have the Paramatma who is accompanying each and every individual. Here is the Kshira Udakashayi Vishnu, who is also right next to the Paramatma, which is accompanying the each and every individual inside our body. That's how all the planets sorry all the so when we say material world and the spiritual world, this is what is represented, where this spiritual material world is in the mode of darkness, and we have Vaikuntha planets which are eternally present. This is very very temporary. It once the time is over, everything gets annihilated, everything goes back into the Mahavishnu. And also we have Narayana, Lord Narayana, who is in the middle over here. He's coming from the Haridhama. We see him in the Haridhama in the Vaikuntha planets, and above Vaikuntha planets is the Goloka Vrindavana.
So Trisha, who's Lord Vishnu now? That was your question, right? Who's Lord Vishnu? The question is, who's Lord Vishnu now?
Lord Vishnu is Krishna and Ram.
He's an expansion of Krishna because he expanded himself to do an activity, to take care of something else. Okay. So now are we all clear as to who's the supreme personality of Godhead?
Thumbs up, please.
Thumbs up. Yes. Yes. So it doesn't mean that you should not pray Narayana or Ram or Vishnu. You can. All these are expansions of Lord Krishna. But as Mataji said, there are some special rasas which you get from Krishna, which we should look in for, because he's in the Goloka Vrindavana. You can aim for Vaikuntha, but we are aiming for Goloka Vrindavana, to be with Krishna. Yes, please go
So
ahead.
this material world is compared to a jail. Why is it compared to a jail? Because we are binding ourselves by doing any work. We are doing any work we do, there are repercussions. Like if I'm doing good work, I need to do some bad work. So there is plus minus plus minus. This is how we are binding. So what is Krishna saying over here? Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartino Arjuna. I have to come back again, Arjuna. Mam upetya tu kaunteya punar janmana vidyate, means from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery. So all are places of misery wherein repeated birth, death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes his birth again. And the last one is one who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity. So charity. See, how do we purify ourselves then? We are doing so many bad things because of the gross elements that are on us, and also there is a covering on our soul. We are not able to understand our real constitutional position. We are conditioned to do bad things. So, how do I purify myself? By performing sacrifices to Krishna, and also by undergoing austerities. I should not lie. I should always be clean. I should keep myself nice and good. I should be always conscious. I should not cheat others. And also, I should give charity. Charity is very important because it will purify whatever work that we are doing. For example, okay, I'm doing let me just give this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita somebody, that's also charity. Give my earnings to somebody, that's also charity. Or pursuing philosophical studies and fruitive activities. These are the charity. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all this, and at the end, he reaches my eternal abode. So, what is the eternal abode? Goloka Vrindavana, which is in the pink form, that is a pink dala, the petals. And we have the Vaikunthas, which is Vaikuntha planets, which are again in the blue color. And we have the material existence, which is in the mode of darkness. This is the Devi Dhama, which is taken care by the material nature.
Durga Devi.
Durga Devi. This is taken care by the Durga Devi, who's actually the taking care of the material nature. So Krishna is the God. We have to declare that Krishna is the God and He is the person. And how is He? He is in the Shyamasundara form. We should meditate on Him. And it's given in the Brahma Samhita also that He is in the Shyamasundara form. And there is a very nice sweet pastime. I would like to show this video and then we'll close it. This is the last slide. Let me just play the video for you. Just give me 1 minute. Let me play this video.
Is this the one?
Yeah, this is the one. Share screen.
First pause the recording.
Yeah, just a second. I'll pause the recording. Otherwise, it's difficult.
Not stop pause.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is how we need to offer our whatever we do. We should offer our fruits to Krishna. So this way, Sudama and Krishna were able to. Sudama is finally he went to meet him with a chipped rice and he purified himself. So he could offer it to Krishna, and there he purified himself, and he was able to, he became rich once again. So that's the end of today's class. Just to revise quickly, we just did the class today, which is actually about the most important, how to leave the body, and we don't have to be scared of death. Rather, we can embrace by knowing this secret. What is it? That the body goes through changes and death is inevitable. And Krishna is saying over here, I am the Adi Yagna, and you'll have to offer your work as a sacrifice to me. And how do you perform devotional service was explained, and how we need to turn ourselves inside the cocoon and pray to Krishna so that we can turn into a butterfly that can go to the spiritual world. And how Bhishma Deva is the most exalted devotee who left his body in the right way at the end of his life. And you should think about Krishna at the time of death. And how Bharat Maharaj could not think about Krishna. However, Krishna retained his devotional service and he became a deer and he could perform devotional service even in his next life. And also, we saw how Prahlad Maharaj was remembering Krishna all the time. And also, Srila Prabhupada started to perform his devotional service at the age of 5. He's so early to start. And also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this nice benediction to us by giving the holy name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let's utilize that. And whatever work you perform, please remember Krishna. That is how we need to practice bhakti and cultivate bhakti. And let us all get out of this material world of conditioned life where we are bound to do mistakes.
So yeah, before we get into the question answer session, people, sorry to just take a minute. So please send in your names. We want everyone to participate. We want hear everyone, whoever is there, like Nishchala, Om, Ratnaprabha, everyone to be participating. Nitya, Nidhi Shri, yeah, Amitabh. Do not forget, please send in your names with us. Lalit, everyone, please send in your names. We will participate in the shloka recitation. No matter wherever you are, I'm sure it might be 9:30 or 10 your time if you're based in US or Canada or any other places. In case I have missed out some name like Shreyas and Sanvi, they're also good in chanting the shlokas if they're still on this particular call. Yeah, we can ask Shauri Chand as well, the good in chanting. So please send in your names. Paridhi, you can also send in your name. We will do a sort of a selection, and based on that, we will put you through, and you will be the finalist who will be chanting for our Radha Govind temple during the
on 14th.
On 14th. Okay, do not forget.
We have just 2 days left. 14th is the D day. We have to be prepared before that. So
if you send in your names today, maybe tomorrow morning, Shobita Mataji and Vidisha Mataji, and we all will join together and we will train all you people so that we all are ready. We will tell you who's going to chant what, and we will do a sort of a selection, and from there we will take it. Yes, Nischala, you have a question?
Mataji, we have 8 devotees by now.
Okay, we already have 8 devotees by now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay,
Excellent,
very good,
excellent.
very good.
Okay.
So in that case, Mataji, we will give a cutoff time that we cannot take any more children more than I think it's 8 is already a lot. So let us all ask them to send it by 10 o'clock. We will give a cutoff. If anybody wants to join, they can tell before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and also we will see as to how you people are chanting. Based on that, we will include your names in that.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes.
Prabhu, my question is that if we were to chant in the recitation, how many slokas would each of us have to do?
Somewhere close to 10, I think.
No.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5 because we have 8 devotees, and in chapter 6 we have around
47.
47 shlokas.
Yeah.
So probably
Okay.
we'll divide among 6 to 8.
6
So
to 8
we'll be chanting.
Okay.
devotees.
Yeah, maybe 5
Okay.
shlokas probably.
Mataji, can I give a suggestion, Mataji?
Yes.
They can
You don't have to by heart the shloka. You can just see and chant also. Yes, Mataji.
they can send one recorded verse.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that
You
we
can
know the
send
quality
one
of the
recorded
chant.
voice based on how you have are chanting. Based on that,
Yes.
we will get back to you soon.
Yes.
The verse should be from 6th chapter. We are assigned to 6th chapter, so we'll be singing the entire 6th chapter from our class. So let us focus on 6th chapter alone. Now we can take questions.
Okay, so we'll take the questions.
Also, sorry. Also, apart from the shloka chanting, you can also perform any other cultural activity if you know, like dancing, singing, or if you want to do any other
Enacting,
performances, any other performances that you wish to, because there's a constraint of being on Zoom. And if it were to be the temple program, then we could all meet in one place. But this is an online program, so there is a liberty of however you want to, you can.
And it will be only for 2 minutes. So pick something for 2 minutes. Yeah?
Yes. It's not, you don't have to pick something that for a long time. Just maybe 2 to 5 minutes should be more than enough.
Okay, so Shreyas is asking how to send in the name. So, okay, Shreyas, we have made a note of your name. If you're good in shloka recitation, recite one shloka from the 6th chapter. We have assigned those shlokas. Any shloka you can pick up, recite one, send your recording. We'll see how good you are, and we will include you. Yes. Yes, Shauri. Go ahead with your question, please.
So, like you told that in Vitalaloka, Lord Shiva lives with his demons. So, at that time, if we remember Lord Shiva when we are dying, do we also become like one of him, or like a servant of him, just like Nandi or so?
What do you think?
I think maybe that, like he's just an expansion, so that maybe if we remember any deity during our death, maybe we'll just become one of his servant or that deity's servant, or maybe we might become, or we might go just back to Krishna only.
Okay.
So that's about.
Yeah. So while you are performing your current duties, it's not only that what you're actually, whatever you're if you remember Bharat Maharaj story, throughout his time he was only thinking about the deer. So this is how maybe you can put for some time. So this is how he was always thinking of the deer in his entire lifetime while he was in the jungle, while he was performing austerities. Like that, there are two things that is more important when you're, apart from when you're leading the body, that is what you deserve and what you desire. So you are always, Bharat Maharaj was desiring, and he deserved also to become a deer, so it's okay for him. So for you, if we are thinking, for your question, if you see over here, if you're always thinking about Nandi, you should also be deserving to become Nandi, right? So it's like we need to have, Nandi is not a, not a very small thing. It's actually the devotee of the Lord. So Lord Shiva himself is the best of the Vaishnavas. So it's not very easy thing for us to do that. And also, do we become, if we are thinking about some demon, we might become demon. We may always deserve to become demon, so we may turn ourselves into demon. That's why we should always think of best of the things. Even when we sneeze or when we talk, we should always say Krishna Krishna many times. throughout the day so that we reach the ultimate goal where there is no suffering.
Yeah, but right now, as Mataji said, our job or our Nitya Dharma is for studies. At the same time, ensure we don't lie, we listen to our parents, choose right friends, choose right type of friends. Bhagavad Gita is teaching that. Apart from learning the Vedas and the scriptures and the essence, choose right friends, how to be respectful, how to wake up in the morning, how to be austere, how to focus your mind, so that your mind doesn't wander here and there, so that you can focus on your studies and do your job, study well, and pray Lord. Always pray Lord, and then leave the rest to the Lord. If you want to become a Nandi, yes, you can, but ensure we have to be so austere and we have to be so pure.
Okay. And also today we introduced this Devi Dham and Vaikuntha Loka and everything only for your understanding what exactly is spiritual world and what is material world. Please do not ask any more details on this because this is a Srimad Bhagavatam. This is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto. Sorry, this is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a detailed study about Shastras. So don't go into detail, get the essence. What is the essence? That Devi Dham is actually a very, very difficult dham for us to live where there is dualities. It's difficult to live here.
It's a material world.
Yeah.
That's it for now. Material world, spiritual world, material world, spiritual world, and all the 14 planets, including Brahmaloka, including Brahma to the top. We were all these days, we were thinking, Arav was saying it's Brahma who has created us and all that. Yes, he created human based on the instruction. Remember, we were saying all these are positions, only as Mataji said, just remember that. Later, we will talk who's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who's Mahavishnu, who's Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Once we keep talking like that, it will automatically enter into your head. Don't worry about that.
We can take the next question.
Yeah, let's take the next question.
Lalit.
Sorry, Nidhi Shri, I just unmuted.
Yeah.
Yes, Nidhi. Then we can.
Ma'am, I have already sent my name to Shobita Mataji. Is that okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. You can send in a recording as well, as Mataji requested. You can send in your recording, one of the shloka from that, and you can see and chant. You can see and chant, send your recording, and based on that, we will select as well.
Prabhuji, I have a question in my direct chat from Shayashvata. Why did Dwarka drowned by Krishna?
Why did?
I think it should be why did Krishna drown Dwarka? That was.
Yeah, this comes in Mahabharata Parva. Actually, this is why we don't go much into details because we don't want to
You will learn that in Bhagavatam
Yeah.
as well.
This is a Bhagavatam, or no, this is a Mahabharata
Mahabharata.
Parva. So this comes in Mahabharata Parva where Krishna had to drown the Dwarka before he could leave from this material world. There are reasons for this. We will learn about it there. For now, all we need to know is there is Dwarka even in the spiritual world.
Ma'am, can you send the PPT of 6 chapter slokas?
No, we have the PPT of the. Okay, you want the PPT of 6 chapter shlokas?
I can post it.
Yes, we'll post the shlokas.
I'll send the PDF.
We'll send the PDF document of all the shlokas of the 6th chapter.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's take yes, Lalit or Dhruva, our little Dhruva.
Prabhuji, like I have sent the name for the sloka reciting. When will it be conducted?
14th. I'll
On
share
14th,
the details.
we'll share the details immediately after this particular session.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's take the next one. Okay, Nidhi is done, right? Samyukta. Sorry if I'm getting your name wrong.
It's correct, sir. Like on 14th the event, can I draw or paint one day before, like on 13th, and show on 14th?
I'm not sure if that's something that they are accepting. I will check and then I will let you know about the painting.
But you can paint and send it to us. If it's good, we will include in our presentations, and your paint will remain forever in our presentation as one of the tutorial. You can send it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, let's ask Mahi. Yes, Mahi, you have a question.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, I want to participate in shloka recitation and dancing both.
Sure. So
That's
what dance
excellent.
are you? Yeah, what dance are you referring here?
Actually, a few days ago, I saw a cultural dance based on Krishna's song. So I can practice that and do.
Okay, very good. So
And
please.
it'll be only for 2 minutes, huh?
Ma'am,
2 minutes, right?
No, we have 15 minutes time.
Okay.
Yes.
We will let you know the
So you
exact
can
time.
let us know how many minutes you would be performing this, and then we can include your name accordingly.
Okay. There are short dances, but
Okay, no problem. However short, it's fine. We want it to look as colorful and nice and attractive as possible for offering as an offering to Krishna. So this is done for a very auspicious day where Bhishma Deva left his body on that day on the day of Uttarayana, and that's why we are performing. And also, it's a Sankranti. It's many reasons are there for us to celebrate this on that day. So it's an offering to Krishna on that day. So let us all offer something from our side. Any talent that we have, it's only for our purification.
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I want to recite sloka and also want to dance, ma'am.
Okay. So
Okay.
let us know which dance. Probably you can also send a clip of what exactly you're dancing so that we can, if you're able to send a clip, it will be great.
Okay, ma'am.
Prabhuji, my name is actually Arman Singh, but my dad's name is Amitabh Singh.
I'm so sorry, Arman. Yes, I remember your name very well because you are one of the bride. Then I was wondering, how's Amitabh? Then I thought maybe you are twin brothers. I didn't get it. Sorry,
No,
Arman.
he's my dad. He's my
Okay.
dad, so it's always his name.
Sorry, Arman. Yes, you have a question.
Can
Please
you
ask.
rename it
I'll rename it right
when
away.
you log in? If you can log in with the actual name, so when you log in, you get the first link which says join the meeting, and then you can change your name.
I just changed it. Okay. Just try changing
Actually,
it
that's
once and then.
blocked. I think you blocked it. Like,
Oh,
I'm unable to change. I'm unable to change my name in the meeting.
Okay,
I think.
not now. While you're logging in.
Mataji?
I think that's like my dad's profile, so I don't think I can.
no problem. We remember you very well, Arman. I'll not forget your name at all, Arman. Sorry for that. Yes, you have a question?
Should we decide the whole chapter 6 or a part of it?
No, you will be chanting only the shlokas that's assigned to you. Probably you'll be assigned maybe 4 to 5 shlokas, not more than that. So you'll have to nicely chant, and also you'll have to remember all the shlokas. You don't have to remember; you can see and chant, but you have to ensure that you're pronouncing well.
So, like, we should only practice them, or you will send us some recordings of shlokas.
No, you'll have to practice all by yourself. Unfortunately, this time is so short that I'm unable to help by teaching. Otherwise I could have chanted the every shloka and sent to you individually. But it would be better if you can, then we will be assigning number of shlokas. Go to the respective shlokas. I'll send the shloka, the document. Go to the respective shloka and chant a couple of times. You'll get it. And you're all small children. You absorb very fast.
Okay. So we'll take the next question. Arman, if you don't have a question, I think is that Raman? Did I get that right? Yes.
So my question was that if you get to Krishna's planet, will you be able to visit other planets too?
Will you be able to visit other planets too? What do you think, Raman?
And I think you could.
Yes, you're almost in the higher planets. You're almost in the Goloka Vrindavan. If you would want to, if you would wish to, yes, you can. But no one would want to leave Goloka Vrindavan and go to any other planets. The only Naradji, Narad Muni, he goes to each and every planet because he want to spread the message of devotional service. He want to spread a Lord Krishna. He keeps saying Narayana, Narayana. Wherever he goes, he just spreads the message of Lord Krishna. That's how he travels everywhere and spreads the love. Okay, so let's go to the next question. I think it's Srinivas. Yes, Srinivas.
So how did people come to know that Krishna was the incarnation of Vishnu?
Krishna is the incarnation of
How do you
Vishnu.
think they'll get to know? You have to
So-
tell us. How did you get to know?
You heard everything.
By seeing.
Are you seeing us? What's your name?
My name is Surishishta.
Surishishta. Okay. So Surishishta, you saw the Goloka chart, right?
Yes.
Did everyone come from Lord Krishna or Krishna came from Mahavishnu?
Prabhuji, there is a echo. There is a bag. Now it's gone. No, no.
Please, can you mute yourself because
No,
it's
if she
quite noisy.
mutes, we can't talk to her. So yeah, so I think there are two devices at your place. Do you have two devices logged in?
No.
Okay, that's fine. We will try to move the device a little far. Okay, so when we learned the Goloka chart, did Krishna expand from Mahavishnu or Mahavishnu expanded from Krishna? Let's ask Nischala.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
The question is, did Krishna expand from Mahavishnu or Mahavishnu expanded from Krishna when we saw the Goloka chart?
Mahavishnu expanded from Krishna because Krishna is in Goloka and Goloka is the highest.
Yes, Krishna is always there. Janmadasya yato anvayad. He's always there, ever. Adi Purusham, Govindam Adi Purusham. He's always there. First he expanded, if you remember, Mataji said, expanded into Balram. From Balram, then the four Chaturvyuhas, and from there again Shankarshana, and from there came Mahavishnu. That Mahavishnu we refer by Karanodakshaya Vishnu, who from his andas, who's sleeping, and from his sweat glands, all the universe's andas are formed. And from that Karanodakshaya Vishnu, the Garbha, we saw the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, we explained this to you. This is a very higher concept, people. You people are lucky that we explained the deeper concept, but always remember the other way around. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you so much. Let's go to, yes, Arav. We are excited to listen to you,
Okay,
Arav.
so I'll tell you some and after that I will tell you what I want to do on this day because it's going to be exciting. So let me look in the chat. So my question is that so yes, so okay, so okay, how to sign for the celebration on the 14th of January?
Yeah. The program on 14th January it's a Uttarayana on that day. And also we have a couple of other auspicious things that is going to happen on that day, which is one of
Including
them is
Shankranti.
Shankranti and also Uttarayana. So because of all
Yes, and the second and what's the web and what is the website on WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is the number that you have registered through. That number you might have been receiving WhatsApp messages.
So how to do it? Can I just go a long journey to India or just do it online? Or sending in video?
Online. We would love to host you, Arav, but we will do it online for now.
But so what is there? So where is the web?
So we will send you the link. We will send you the details later. You can reply to us on WhatsApp.
Okay, so why 5 p.m. Dance? The first chanting by children, then the Guruji.
See, first you'll have to it's going to be in the morning at 10 o'clock. I don't know if it's feasible for your location because where are you in the US?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I don't know if it's okay for you to stay up for until 10 a.m. of India time.
It'll be way late.
Okay, so at which is Krishna's chanting day?
Sorry?
Chanting day is every day, every moment you can chant.
Okay, so my other question is that hang on with me, hang on. Okay, so okay, so
Okay, Arav, we will get back to you. Please keep your questions ready, okay?
Keep your question ready, Arav.
okay.
So let's ask Yamini.
Hello.
Hare Krishna.
So I have a few questions. So does Krishna accept if you're gay?
Krishna?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I
Can you
couldn't hear
repeat your
that.
question, please?
Does he accept if you're gay?
Krishna and every one of us as devotees also only accept only one thing, that is, we are all souls. And the body has recognition of if we are, if we are male, female, or any other forms are all, it's all bodily. So, how do you think Krishna will not accept however it is? How do you think so? He's the creator. Do you think he'll not accept certain things that is in the creation? There's nothing like that.
He
Any other
accepts
questions?
everything.
Yeah, he accepts everything. Any other questions? I think you had a couple of questions, if I remember. You said you have a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done with the question, ma'am?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
And also, my other question is, why is there science?
Why is there science? We have our gross senses. So, because of our gross senses, we try to discover and we try to find the ultimate truth. That's another form of understanding Krishna, where we are trying to search for the truth. And we are away, because we are searching from our gross senses, we are bewildered. We are not able to find the real truth. And that's how science is.
In this material world, that's the material science.
But
we are learning the spiritual science here.
Yes, but how do we learn the spiritual science? Through a guru.
Were you there in the other classes, Yamini? In the previous classes as well? Would you mind coming on video?
Me?
Yamini.
Yes, Yamini. Right?
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. So were you there in the earlier classes as well?
I was here for a while. I think I was here day before yesterday or yesterday. I didn't I wasn't in every class. I somehow accidentally missed those days.
No problem. We have all the recordings of the sessions. In case you have missed them accidentally, you can join as well. We are learning about spiritual science. How much of a time spiritual science is way better than the material science.
Mm-hmm.
You have some more questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Yamini. Okay, let's go to Shri.
I have a question about in the video. Why did Rukmini stop Krishna from taking another bite from the rice?
Actually, when you please Krishna, Krishna gives bounds and bounds of, a lot of credits to you back. So when Krishna ate one morsel, automatically he became so rich that he could give him everything from this lifetime. So if he would have eaten another morsel, actually Krishna would have been so extremely poor that even Rukmini Devi should have been like a maid servant in the house of Sudama. So Rukmini Devi wanted to avoid this situation. That's how she asked him not to take another morsel.
Is easily purchasable. Remember, we read that today. Is Sulabha Partha. He's easily purchasable because he loves his devotees like anything. Okay, we'll take the next question. I think Yamini has a question one more time.
There are two interesting questions in the chat.
Yes, please go ahead, Mataji, because I see Yamini hand raised, but I don't know if she's
Probably she's not lowered her hands.
Okay, I'll lower the hand.
Okay.
Yes,
How come Bhishma is not crying? Because a bed of arrows would probably hurt a lot.
Yes. So he's also called Sthita Prajna, means he's always remembering Krishna. And when you're remembering Krishna and when you're focusing Krishna all the time, all your pains are actually, you can't feel the pain. The bigger pain is that, you're actually this soul and your soul is not serving Krishna. That is the bigger pain. So he wants to go back to Krishna and it doesn't matter for him if he's on the bed of arrows.
Secondly, do we have to study Bhagavad Gita to become a devotee of Krishna?
No, it's not necessary that you have to study. There was a very sweet pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had visited the Sri Rangam temple. And while he was visiting Sri Rangam temple, there was one person who was holding Bhagavad Gita, and he was holding Bhagavad Gita upside down, and he was crying. He was crying intensely. Then
He was
Chaitanya
illiterate, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was
So
illiterate.
while he was climbing the stairs, he saw this man who was holding Bhagavad Gita upside down. Then he was very intrigued by this, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approached this person and he asked, "Why are you crying?" And then he said, sorry, he asked, "What are you doing?" Then he said, "I'm reading Bhagavad Gita." Then he asked, then why are you holding the book upside down? Then he said, well, I don't know how to read and write, so I feel bad that I can't read and write, but my guru has told that I should read Bhagavad Gita every day.
Every day.
So I'm following his instruction that every day I open this Bhagavad Gita, and he used to hold this Bhagavad Gita and he used to see the pictures in the Bhagavad Gita, and he was trying to read Bhagavad Gita even though he was illiterate. Then Mahaprabhu asked, how come you are not able to read this, and how are you crying? What are you understanding by this? Why are you crying? Then he said, although my teacher has told, my guru has told I should hold and read, I'm reading, but I don't know what to do, because whenever I see Krishna and Arjuna, I see that Krishna has taken such a merciful form. He's taken this form of a charioteer.
Such a menial form, yeah?
Yes, he's taken
So merciful.
Yes, he's taken such a merciful form of this charioteer who is performing, this kind of a job which is so menial, and he's doing it for the sake of Arjuna. I feel my Lord is so great. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, you will definitely go to the spiritual world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is incarnation of Krishna himself. So it doesn't matter whether you are educated or if you're learning about Bhagavad Gita or not, whatever you're doing, if you're offering it with love, that's more than enough, and you can purchase Krishna with love. We don't have to be reading the scriptures at all. And if at all you want to read, you can just pray to Krishna, and Krishna will give you the knowledge. There is a shloka that we will see in the 10th chapter, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. So it's saying that Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam means he will give the knowledge if you want to study Bhagavad Gita also. This is what it says.
Yes, but as kids, you need to study. You can study the
Yes.
scriptures rather than reading those unnecessary, whatever magazines or novels and wasting your time. You can read. There are so many small pastimes. Just like Mataji said, this is about one pastime. There is another pastime about Avadhuta Brahmana, which we will see that we would want to include. So don't spend unnecessary time in some other mundane videos or music or anything or reading script. It's high time that you read scriptures. Yes.
There is another question from Suchay. Dhruva and Prahlada are from which yuga? From which yuga they were born?
Dhruva
Dhruva and Prahlada.
Prahalada was from Treta Yuga. Am I correct?
Prahlada was from Satyayuga.
Sorry, Prahlada was from
both,
Satya Yuga.
both are
Dhruva was
from,
also from Satya Yuga.
both are from
Yes.
Satya Yuga.
Yes, sorry. I think I'll unmute you all, people. 1 second, Shari, before your question. I'll try to unmute you all. In case you have a question, if a person is speaking, once the person is done, then you can ask your question. Don't ask or don't interrupt the other person, please.
Okay, so my question. So can I pick a question right now?
So,
Prabhuji, you're muted. Prabhuji, you're muted.
Sorry. So what I was trying. Yeah, sorry. Can you hear
about
me?
that.
Sorry
Yes.
Can I
about
pick
that.
a question
So what I
right
was
now?
saying,
Arav,
yes,
can you
Arav, wait for
please,
your turn.
Arav, we will come back to you. Please wait. We are actually taking question from Shori. We will take one by one. We will come back to you. We have already answered once. So keep your questions ready and stay in touch. We will be there. Okay. Just
We
give
are
us a
here.
minute.
Yes, sorry. Your question, please.
yeah, ma'am, my question is that you told that only some serials are authorized. So can you send the links? Because in YouTube, when we saw, they were like only some demons came in the fight, but they showed like there was a bull demon and there was another different kind of demon. Like there were two giant people and they started to fight, but that didn't mean it wasn't there in the books or any authorized one. So can you send the link?
See, right now I only have about Krishna stories and I don't have others. But what is the best for you to do is all of you are able to read books. So I'll send you the Veda-based link where you have all the books available about Krishna's pastimes.
Yeah, we'll share you the direct link of Krishna rather than Veda base. We'll share you the direct link of Krishna book. Each chapter is of like 5 pages, and that way you will read, you will accept, you will learn new words. It will increase your vocabulary as a student. It will be good for your future growth as well. Is that fine, Shori? If you're good in reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Shauri.
Let's go to
Karthik.
Yes, Karthik, you have a question. You can unmute yourself. We have given the access to unmute.
Is Vishnu the avatar of Krishna or Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu?
Were you there for the Goloka chat? Just now we discussed like 10 minutes before.
Did you see the Goloka chat?
Yes.
Yes.
So is Krishna the expansion of Mahavishnu or Mahavishnu the expansion of Krishna?
Krishna.
Yes. So Mahavishnu is the expansion of Krishna. Krishna is there from Janmadasya. He's there eternal. He's the Adi Purusham. He's always there eternal. From there, it was expanded. That's how then later stages Mahavishnu was formed. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions we have? I guess we don't have. Mataji, did we miss any other questions in the chat? I guess no.
No, Prabhuji, no. It's done.
Okay. So we have almost 20 people on this particular line. Does anyone want to do a kirtan? We can quickly end with a kirtan. No?
Arav had a question.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so my question
Ma'am, you're in mute.
is I have right now one more question and I'll tell you the talks I want to do. Why Culture Shiv Day is celebrated? Is it really Shiv Culture Day?
Sorry, I didn't get
Why Shiv Culture Day? Why we also celebrate with family god honorary? Like Bhim Shah for Krishna's family. So why we celebrate him? Is it just celebrate the death? I think.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get that question. Mataji, were you able to get the question?
No, Prabhuji.
Arav, can you try repeating the question one more time, please, for us?
So why Culture Shiv Day? Is also and the second thing is that Bhimsha has died in the middle of the Mahabharata war, and if he was an ordinary god family, so why we do celebrate like this festival?
What do we celebrate?
Bhishma's like leaving his body. Why are we celebrating?
Yes.
Because he's one of the greatest Mahajanas.
We are actually not celebrating because he left his body on that day. We are
offering
doing
our
Bhishma
obeisances.
Stuti.
Yeah.
And when we mentioned, we were telling that we are doing a cultural program as an offering to the devotees of the Lord. So we are not.
It was, but it not became a but my prediction is it doesn't. It didn't became a celebration because when Bhim died.